Okay. Good morning, people. Good morning, blessed people. Good morning, God bless people, God fearing people. Good morning. You know, I it is 6 o'clock in the morning, by the way. So just gonna ramble a little bit. I have seen last night the devastation that has become to Jamaica in the most remote, resourceful area, clean, fresh area. You know, everything has been destroyed. There are some houses destroyed, restaurants underwater. Um, I'm praying and hoping that no one was washed away during this difficult time that they went through. The wind must be blowing a lot per kilometers. So as shown, there are hospitals which has been damaged again, because before there was this video that was done some couple of years ago, which the man was inside the hospital praying, and it was so heartbreaking to see. This time I don't know if they evacuated people in time, because I have not seen anybody crying out and speaking out of it, but yet still there are three images of hospitals. The children's hospitals, of course, which is in Kingston, has been affected by all of this. So it's worrisome for these kids, and knowing very well that they need money, they need help to assist their needs and their disabilities. So it's heart wrenching to see. Another hospital was in Mandeville, I saw, and another, I can't remember where the other one was. But the God that we serve, um, He's mightiful. That's obvious. We have seen um, relentless um, things which it's unexplicable, and the unthinkable happened. Um, the floods are really heart wrenching to see. There are areas where they're prone to like crocodiles and stuff. So people gonna have to be careful of how they travel, how they walk into the water. They're gonna have to protect their feet. They're gonna have to be mindful that there are debris in those waters, and just don't be carelessly walking around, because it's it can be tragic. The outcome this time was even more powerful than the last. So, you just have to watch and see how far this will go, because it seems like it's a non-stop. It's a non-stop. The prayer warriors, I have not hear them that much because they have gone silent. Um, but I'm sure that the people are praying, and praying for their loved ones, that they will be protected. I'm supposing that people are evacuating to go back to their countries, whether they're from the other islands or they're from America. And I'm sure some of them are coming here in Europe. But it's not an isolated situation. Devastation can happen anywhere. I have seen it in Asia. Those kinds of storms, which they are very powerful storms, very whistling, windy impactful storms. So it's bulleversing to see. It's bulleversing to see people who I had called out to. I could not get back to them, to say thank you. But the way how the twist and turn is over here, where people are being pushed and brainwashed to think that I am not a human being and that I am somebody else other than who I say that I am. And so the powerful gods in this country are here in Europe. I'm just looking and I'm watching. I'm looking at the ugly personalities of certain. Um, you know, um, I have seen girls who are, they're in their stressful situation, and me knowing very well that I want to, I'm this outgoing personality who wants to speak to people and reach out to people. You just find this tension where these people are impossible to reach, impossible to reach because it's a game playing for them. It's just a game playing for them, and people are jealous, people are greedy, people are envious, and they don't even know why. Um, People are cold hearted and irrational, very irrational thinking, which has been going on um, towards me over the years, and I'm looking on it. Someone who is like pushing my button as if it's obligatory to do certain things. It's obligatory to bow down to certain people. It's obligatory, you know, um, to subjective to them. And right through this has been going on for years and years and years and years and years. People, like I said, there are diverse countries here in Europe, you know, many who are leaders of politics, leaders of world catastrophic, and leaders of commerce, psychology, and all of it. They are all bundled up almost in the same vicinity, right? And as much as I am doing the best I can, it is never enough to reach out to the people who I want to reach out to, you know, and I have seen where things are being deliberately done to provoke and to prevent me from dialoguing with people. And there, on the other flip side of it, it appears to me that those people are not aware of the blockage, of the barriers that are formed where I'm not supposed to reach out to them, as much as I am being polite, you know. But anyway, it's just heart wrenching to see how the certain people move around me at this present time. But I'm going out with my smile as usual, and the ones who cares are being brainwashed not to care or being manipulated not to care. And it's just such a bullyversing, um, unwarranted sight to see actually. So it's unstoppable apparently, because whatever is happening to me, it has been decided The good thing about it is that I now know how it's happening. The thing is, I do not understand why, it's happening, because um, if it's all this tension about relationship and using family members against me and this and that, which is totally uncalled for. I am now in a new country. For the last 27 years I have been here, and my brother, who I have seen some time ago, he hasn't even contacted me, so I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's safe. um but there's some war going on which I still don't understand. Some vengefulness towards me which I still don't understand. But to God be the glory. Great things he has done, and I am just here watching these persons, especially the girls. I do not understand these girls. It's just irritating to see their arrogance, really. I just don't understand it. But the people back home which I had seen in schools, for example, those people have migrated to where they came from. They have migrated to where they came from. They were foreigners. I was born there. They are migrated, and so forth. Some probably are still there working, etc. And so I was now navigated to where they came from for the most part, to my understanding. And imagine this, that I never really had issues with my upbringing and with speaking to people. And here I am now in this country where you can't even get a friend, a heartful friend to speak to, whether they are black, whether they are white. It's just not happening. And the ones that who I would say, are was clinging to me. I can't say that they were totally kind, but clinging to me, whichever thoughtfulness that they had, they were taken away from me, long and gone. For the longest while they were already gone because they had their own lives to live. That's for sure. I have mine. We have troubles as immigrants, but there's this particular person who like to condemn people and like to throwing his manpower or her manpower into all the midst of this moving what you say, unthinkable and challenging time, because we don't control all of this. I don't control all of this. I can control my mind and my surroundings and what have you. But I don't control everything in this world. If I could, I would control my enemies, right? Because it seems like I have a few, but I don't control everything. God does. And people just, the way that it is that people just don't think that being helpful, it's a two-way situation. Yeah, they don't think that way. They're not logic that way in this particular scene. What I'm understanding, they're not logic to say that it's a two-way stream, where one hand clap the other, so to speak. When and that if you're gonna help, let's say I want to be helpful to somebody, they are going to have to be recipient of that help. And if they don't wish to be helped, You can't help them. So there's no need for impertinent people to be investing in attacking me because my help has been refused, for one. Second, condemnation. If somebody wants me to help and they are trying to accommodate me where one hand claps the other. So it's two people who are in it together and want to reach to a point where they are successful at something. They want to move forward. The enemy is also there separating us, creating segregation, reason being why I'm being isolated today. And this impertinent person, yeah, who are interjecting himself into the midst of it, he doesn't understand that scenario also, right? He's just going. And what I have seen is like the majority of us Jamaicans, we are being pushed or being suffocated relentlessly in the situation that we are helpers. We are inferior and we are helpers to these white colonials, people, or etc., etc. And they are not emphasizing on friendship. They just have this destructible mindset of of doing things where they are oppressing people or oppressing me in my case, and they are sabotaging things in a way that it's inappropriate, and that they don't understand. The impertinent arrogance don't understand that, right? Because it takes two in this world to move forward. And relationship based also, there's a fight where someone can interject themselves into your relationship because they esteem that they want another race, African race that is, to be powerful because they choose them, right? And for those who they have chosen for the longest while, for example, if they have chosen the Nigerians, which I knew that from childhood days, they have chosen the Nigerians type. If they pour power into these people, evidently they're going to have power. They're going to come out powerful. They're going to come out as winners, right? And the ones that they have not poured into, if they're not smart enough, if they don't seek help elsewhere, they're never going to get their just fair of opportunities, like myself, right? And there are others who are left behind who unfortunately have, just thrown into the gutters because they did not have that opportunity to seek the intelligence and the education that they need to move forward, and it's I'm not going to say that it's their fault really, because when you are blindsided to what the world has to offer, and blindsided to your environment and your surroundings, then, and you can't see, as the gentleman had said, if the eyes are useless if the mind is blind, and their minds aren't opened, their minds aren't open to receptive of this, of everything that is going on, and it's just left into a weak state. And so because they are weak, they are commonly pushed into this logic of thinking that they must be subjected to only giving themselves to people where kindness is concerned, the thoughtfulness is concerned, so they must elevate other people, or as if you're what should I say, as if you're some kind of psychic of some sort, that you must go in and no have no, you must be going selfless. That's what I want to say. Going selfless and give yourself to these people. And but at the same time you're not receiving anything from them, where humanity is concerned. Because they're emotional. They're emotionless, you know. So yeah, it's just so I know it's oppressing for everybody. Everybody has their challenges. Everybody has their period of problems that they're going through. But my God, what I'm seeing here is just totally in the depths of just like ignorance, pure like a literal hate, a literal block of some sort. Like the walls start coming down before you even open your mouth, because they are trained that way. They are channeled into that direction. For example, yesterday I was invited to the gym because there's a new gym in my area which is open. And this white girl, who I believe is French, who I think I have seen her before, but I'm not too sure. I'm trying to calculate her. I don't know if she's the same girl that I had seen on the big boat, going on the big boat with her Arabic bags. I don't know if it's her on the Jamaican boat. I don't know if it was her who I saw dancing with a big black man into the club like 25 years ago. I don't know if it was her, but I saw this girl. I went in with my beautiful smile, not knowing anybody because it was my first day. I said hello to people. I have my disabilities, so there's not much that I can do, but I was invited to say that, okay, we can do such and such and such, Pilates and yoga, stretching, etc. So, of course, I went to do my half an hour. There are several different ages into the room. The coach who was a blonde girl. She seems very nice, and she's cautious with what she was doing. During the time, there was this girl, the girl that I'm speaking of. She was behind me, she has a familiar face, but I just can't pick it up. I can't, where I knew her from. And so, as the lineup was supposed to be beside her, but then when the coach said that we're supposed to be in another format, we have end up having two lines, so I end up being in front of her. And I was wearing like a green tights. She was wearing a black tights, something of what I had worn years ago when I was going to my gym back in Nice. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the sports teacher the coach, who she also have a black tights, and apparently France was not aware of, they weren't aware of tights back then, 25 years ago. It wasn't so dominant as it is today. So, there's this rivalry also about what people should wear and how they wear it, etc., etc. So back then, 20 years ago, I was wearing my tights, doing my sports, because that's what we wore. Sometimes I wear shorts. So anyway, this girl behind me, I'm doing my little thing, all that the coach had explained to us to be doing on the floor. I got down on the floor. After she asked me, everybody got down on the floor to do the stretching. I waited because, I know that I have difficulty getting down and getting up. So I waited, although I had my um my walking stick, but it wasn't enough. So I had to hold on to the velo, the bicycle, um, which was there because it stabilized me to do some of the gestures that she wanted us to do. So anyway, the girl's still watching me. She's watching me. She's watching me, and the glass is in front, and I'm seeing her, and she's watching me, and you know, I'm calm, poised, posed. I'm didn't I don't have any bad feeling whatsoever. Just being aware that she was in the room. There are diverse ages, like I said. There were some older people. There's a young man that was there, a young black man. There was some, others, but she in particular, something was going on. So anyway, I got down on the floor after, and I tried to do the little that I could do, the stretching that that they were doing, trying to catch up. And when I was trying to get back up, I had great difficulty getting back up because, I haven't been doing sports for a long while. So I had difficulty getting back. And imagine that the girl was behind me and she never lifted a finger to assist me, right? So anyway, they as if they're claiming that I probably never helped them when they were in need, or they think that I never um, do any gesture whatsoever back when the community war was going on. But anyway, that's another story because I wrote and I called for help for people to help them when I was particularly lying on my back in my bed, can't move, but seeing things outside. So I wrote letters to them, people asking for help. So anyway, I just noticed that, she didn't give a hooks whatsoever in helping me. So after which I managed to got up with the bicycle beside me. The what you yeah, it's the bicycle, and the coach was coming over to help me. But by the time that she came, trying to hold my hand, I was halfway up, and so I helped myself. And so I looked at that. I'm like, wow, if it was me in my able situation, I would be quick and spontaneous to help somebody. And the majority of Jamaicans, they are like that. They are quick and spontaneous to help somebody. And over here, all I'm seeing is just this sour goat face in certain people, as if the pressure is only on them. And I notice that it is also in the workplace where some black communities use it also, and they use it, and it's a tactic to to gain pity to keep their jobs, which I commend them to do, you know. But I say this to say that in regards to the gym, I have seen it on multiple occasions where it is being ejected into them not to care. For example, I was next door with a yoga teacher, and I sensed the same thing where she wanted me to do it on my own, to get up off the floor on my own, or to do certain things on my own. And she would never touch me to guide me with my disabilities. I have seen it also in another place at the kinesiotherapist where I was doing re-education for my legs, where this gentleman who was supposed to help massage my legs, he wasn't doing enough for me to gain stability in my legs. And this on um, inhumanity is being injected into them, or probably they have this. I don't know where the arrogance came from, where there's a rivalry going on. There's a community who is very alienated and bad-minded, who like to segregate people, and so this type of behavior is being injected into people not to care, and it's so unfortunate. But anyway, my telephone is going to die. Good luck to all of you.